Hello and welcome. I'm the Theory Detective. In these lessons we'll uncover the mystery of music theory. Now we've learned really small steps called half steps that have no note in between, including the higher notes, the raised notes, usually the black notes on the keyboard. And we use accidentals usually to find these. And we also learned about whole steps. These are the larger steps. They have a note in between, but they're still steps. So they go from, say, a letter name to another letter name. They're just built up of two sets of half steps. There's the note in between. There's the note in between. Whole step. And there's the note in between. So, you might have noticed that we have steps and skips. We call these intervals. There's lots of different intervals throughout music, but steps and skips do tend to be the most common one. Hence, they have extra names, steps and skips. But when you're referring to them as intervals, then they're usually called seconds and thirds. If you count from the bottom, 1, 2, the C to the D, then you have a second. And counting from the bottom, 1, 2, E would be the line, and 3. So D to F would be a third. Counting from the bottom, 1, space, 2, 3, so the G to the B would also be a third, or a skip. And then counting down, counting from the bottom, 1, 2, from the F to the G would be a step, or a second. Now you can also stack these on top of each other. Because the seconds are too close together, we still draw them next together, but they're connected. So these two you would play together. That's the F and the E, as opposed to these ones that you would play separate, like the C and the D. So separate, C, D, D, F, and then here your B, down to G, and we play the G again, second to F. So these are all individual notes, separate notes. However, you can play them together, as in these two stuck together, or stacked neatly, if they're thirds, stacked neatly on top of each other. So let's play the second, the F and the E. Over here, the third, the F and the D. This third, the G and the E. And over here, the A and the B. I don't have those notes, so I'll go higher. There we are. So these ones are like a melody or melodic, one at a time. These ones are more harmonic, like harmony, stacked on top of each other, or maybe two different voices. The keyboard instruments, of course, can play many notes all together. But if this was, say, an orchestra, one violin might play this note and another this note, or the cello might play that note and the viola that note, like that. So this is also used for orchestra as well. So right here, they're next together, the E and the F, so that would be a second. This one skips up from the D to the F, so this would be a third. This one also skips up from the E to the G, skipping the F in between, so this is a third. And this is a second as well, from the A to the B. And I'll draw it down here, second. So we have seconds and thirds. Seconds are just steps, either the half step or the whole step, and thirds are skips. They skip a note in between, a letter name note, generally in between. So go ahead and take out your blank note cards. On one, put the interval of a second. And on the back, I've put the distance between two notes, where counting the notes, you get to 2. So this is going based on the letter name notes. And the third, and you would count to 3. Add those to your practice pile, and as always, have a great day.